man, we Yo TV, we back here.
Youth culture, youth voices, youth power, coming at you.
What's happening, we Yo TV out here?
Before we go any further, I have to big up the magazine. Youth Outlook.
Youth Outlook, chronicle of young people's lives in the Bay Area.
We're known all over the Bay and beyond.
Got a lot of good stuff for you this time. Yo!
What's up? It's Lady Nerd. I'm kicking it with Yo TV. It's a small world, but it's my world. Throw it in my back pocket and I'm gone, girl. Got my game tight, plus my aim nice. Let it bang through the wall to the lead pipes. Like my style, I'm a wild child. Flow burning hot, yours only mild, child. With my music, I take it and I give it the sass that all female artists come with, but then I also give it the hardcore hip hop element. You want to witness? Then meet me on the boulevard. Bring the drums back, do the soul clap, let it knock like your pop's favorite throwback. Well, when I was younger, I was actually homeless, and we stayed in a shelter over on the back of Haight. And then I stayed there for maybe like 4 years. No, not 4 years, maybe 3 years. Then we ended up moving to Hunters Point, and I stayed in West Point for 7 years. Growing up there, it was just hood. After living in Hunters Point, I moved to Treasure Island. Like, I just get like the feel of relief, like coming up so hard and seeing all these things to being in a more peaceful, serene area. I think it changed me a lot because now I'm like more calm and more chill versus when I was living in Hunters Point. I was hyper and always outside and always in trouble in school. But I don't know, I think it was a good change for the better for my personality, and actually gave me a better chance to commit to like some of my hobbies. Headphones on, in the end zone, with the goal for my city, I'ma bring it home. Going to the South, they look at us like we came from another planet, and they call us the California kids. My first week of college was the week of Hurricane Katrina, and yeah, I had to evacuate the campus. When I left to college, I felt like I had to take everything. I wasn't going to be in my room anymore. I needed to feel at home. So I ended up taking everything with me, and I lost it all. School in New Orleans, like the campus is predominantly black. Every other school out there is predominantly black. And so like the atmosphere is just like a lot like Southern rooted. It's more like urban and, funky, like, whereas they have the jazz culture, but it's more like just more Southern, and you're most likely to be around all African-American people versus San Francisco, which is so diverse. Well, I have the stars here. It's a robot, and then the star, the canvas. I got my first one when I was in the 11th grade on my 17th birthday. This is a new one, too. Kind of peely. No justice, just us. These dudes hate me cause I'm a lady, but spit hard like Weezy F Baby. They wanna knock boots in a spacesuit. When I'm done, throw them out without a parachute. Being a female, I think, like I said, it's an advantage. I'll use it, and I feel like I wanna take everything I have and just blow it up way more on top of just being a female MC. I'm a nerd, yo. You a bird, yo. Better fly home to your coop for a worm, yo. It's a cold life, but I'm living right. In any beat, I could tell you what I'm feeling like. That's why they call me a nerd, because I'm just weird and I do things differently. My favorite song of my own still is Now Later Face. It was like the change in my like sound. A lot of people take it to be sexual. But really what it is, I'm just a big candy lover. And when I eat Now Laters, my tongue is always whatever color I'm eating. And I like to stick my tongue out. So sometimes you'll see me and I'm like, and I got like a pink tongue or a red tongue or something. But come and taste my Now Later Face. It's just a way of saying, come kiss me. Straight focused, in the right mind, and I'ma blow when they tell me that it's game time. And when I do that, it'll be a wrap. I got fans, I don't need to set a booby trap. Hopefully I can get everything I need, get everything I want, conquer this world. And I just really want to pay it all back to my mom.
Yo,
What's up, folks? It's
Youth Outlook,
I'm Silvano.
and I'm Chris. We're doing the Youth Outlook vlog.
Medical marijuana. Well, basically, what happened was it's been decided that medical marijuana patients and growers can sue over the raids. Course majority said a marijuana patient or member of a collective has the same right as anyone else to sue officers who violate the constitutional ban on illegal searches and seizures. So, it's kind of like a step forward in the whole like legalizing marijuana realm. You know what I mean?
But you can still grow pot legally, though.
Well, you can't do it unless
With
you
a
have a card.
cannabis
Yeah, with a
card.
card. Yeah, you know. But
I mean,
basically, this is
yeah.
just recently the raids stopped. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, the raids were going on all over the place. Police were raiding clubs, growers' houses, all over the place, even though these people had their cards, because under federal law it's still illegal. Now, what they just decided was that those people who got raided have the right to sue.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact that it's illegal under federal law, they've been given the right under state law, and the state decided that they can sue cops because it is an illegal search, you know?
Yeah, it is.
So, like I said, this is kind of a step in, the direction towards legalization of marijuana in California, which is kind of a direction we've been inching towards slowly and slowly, more and more. And I wanted to bring it up just because
Marijuana is so popular.
well, I mean, I'm supportive of it, you know?
Definitely.
I think we have, of course I understand why people frown on the legalization of marijuana, but currently we have a huge budget deficit of like, what is it, $24.6 billion?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, right? And if only for the reason that we need money, I think we should legalize weed, because California is responsible for a third of the nation's pot. It comes from California, and we don't tax that. We don't get anything from that, and we need all of this money, and that just seems like a huge resource that we could take advantage of. So I mean,
So you're trying to fight for them to legalize it?
I mean, yeah, and I'm not trying to fight so much from the, I want to be able to smoke weed because it's not a harmful substance stance. I mean, I can understand people being against weed. I mean, that's just how it is, but we need to think logically, like, weed would make us a lot of money. And guess what we need? A lot of money.
But it could cause a lot of chaos as well.
Nah, come on, dude. Alcohol causes a lot more chaos. Let's not
you're
kid
right
ourselves.
about that.
It would lessen chaos. Weed is a sedative. It would get rid of the chaos. The
I
worst
think
thing it would
alcohol
do,
is a worse drug.
the worst thing it could do is maybe make people lazier, and then the population would stop working, which could be negative. But I mean, we don't
That
know
could
how
be
that's going to
really
play
bad,
out.
though.
That would be very negative, but we don't know how that would play out. We do know for a fact that if weed was legalized, we could tax it, and we would make a lot of money. And so I felt like I should, bring that up, because I think it's a step in the right direction, and I think we should continue to push for that, because we are in a financial crisis, and this seems like one of the better solutions for that. But that's it for today. Thank you, guys.
Check us out again. Peace.
Youth Outlook documents current events and issues going on in your community. For more information, go to youthoutlook.org.
It took me about 30 years to get here, but 7 years ago I became certified to teach equine guided education, which very basically is incorporating horses into human development, human self-development. We have both a nonprofit wing for youth at risk and groups that want to come out, as well as public programs if someone is working on some transition in their life, or I've had people come out that are going through grief and loss, and they're working with the horses in that way, or they're developing a business plan, or as Holland was talking about, making a declaration for change in some way and calling in something that has heart and meaning.
My dad died when I was 15, and ever since then I've had, really rocky, unstable, inconsistent lifestyle. have been on my own for a majority of that time, not living with parents, not doing the normal everyday thing that kids do. I was traumatized by my father's passing, and I ran away, and I hopped around for a good 5 years, and with that came a lot of, drugs and whatever else I did when I was young. 2 years ago, I changed my life and, have been moving in a better direction, but 6 months ago, I was in a breakdown, and I called my mom, and I was like, I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of feeling at the mercy of everything else, victimized, that kind of thing. Everything's happening to me, instead of producing what I want to happen in my life. And my mom said, well, let's look at what has always made you happy. Ever since I've been a little kid, animals have been the thing that just light me up. They just make me, no matter if I'm in the worst mood I've ever been in my life, you put me in front of an animal and it's like, that all just washes away. Well, one of the very first dreams I had about my dad was we were in my backyard, and he was like, I don't even think he really said anything to me, but the communication was, this is your horse. And there was this huge white horse standing in front of him, and me and this horse just were like running and like frolicking with each other and just like in love with each other, and my dad was standing up on our deck just like watching us, and it was just like, he gave me my horse, like in my dream. And this is years before I came out here. Well, I didn't come out here thinking I was going to find a horse, or that I was, I knew that I had a great connection with animals, but it wasn't like I had ever had any sort of connection with a horse. He was super sweet, but at the same time, like, strong. He was that, like a rock, he was my rock, and he was so sweet, and it was like no matter what was going on in my life, if I had stress at home, if I had, pressure to do things, whatever, it was like when I was with him, all of that just like disappeared and went away. And also he gave me the strength to know that I could face those challenges that I had in my life. He would let me hug him, which is like, you're not supposed to really stand in front of a horse because they'll, they can hurt you, they can trample you if they get spooked or whatever. But I would get this hug with him where I would just stand right in front of him, just put my arms around him, and he would just stand there. And it was like, I have promised myself that I'll never forget like what that feels like, because it was just like the deepest connection between the two of us, and our hearts were like right there next to each other. And like when we let our horses out, we turn them towards us, towards the gate, and then we unhalter them, and normally they just turn and gun it for their friends or for the herd, but he would sit and stand there until I said, okay, it's okay for you to go. He had a disease called navicular, which is like a debilitating disease in their joints. Yeah, it's a joint disease, and he had it in 3 of his legs. He was only 7, which is really young for a horse. But it's navicular is caused from like being started too early. Their bones don't get to grow. They had to put him down. The worst part was that I got really sick like 2 weeks before or a week before, and I was scheduled to come out here, but I was really sick and I couldn't, so like I didn't get to say bye to him. So like that was my biggest part of it, was like, and my dad, like when he died, I didn't get to say bye to him either. So it was like this whole like reoccurring like, everything that dies in my life, like I don't get to say bye to, so it's been extremely hard, and I miss him every day, and I cry about him all the time, which is like, it's hard. Trust is a huge thing, and the confidence thing, and learning how to, learning what your center is, learning what your passion is, learning what you want to do with your life, your direction. They really show you that, because if you don't know, if you're unsure of something, the reaction from the horse is going to be completely different. So it's like you really have to know what you want and what your intention is in order for these animals to respond to you. So I think that they show you, what your real passion is in life, or what you really want. That's the biggest thing, is you got to want it.
What's up, Yo TV? We the hoodie boys.
If you felt what I feel, you'll meet real, be real, but you. Cause real's like a battlefield. You know the deal is sealed, but I slipped the truth. I'm not a natural born killer, but I kill in the booth. This your boy Jason. My swag comes from back in the day when the nigga was younger and really had to raise himself and go through the struggle. Partners around me start, rapping or whatever, and it gave me the influence to give it a try.
First I check my mic and my own mic check. Let me introduce and let you know who's next.
My name is Lil Ye. The reason why I do my music is so I could really, like, you know what I mean, separate myself from this world per se and go into my own world, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's B Gully out the HB click. And don't try to come and mug me in, try to be sick. I might get the clip or I might just spit from the top of the lip or the top of the...
It's your boy B Gully, man, you know.
The person that really inspired me is my daughter, you know, Brielle Lene, you know what I mean? And she really inspired me every day to wake up and just keep doing this, because a lot of times I wake up and be like, damn, I don't want to rap no more, or I don't want to do music anymore, just on the strength because it's too much. Like, we have too many problems out here, and it's like, I know I can't let my problems get to me, but at the same time, we all human, you know, we not perfect, so.
If ever there's a discrepancy, my kin to pull the weaponry, I will continue my legacy and keep my people next to me, especially when my peers attempt to pressure me. My recipe is get that money, never let the best of me.
C Giza, I'm a hoodie boy, official, militant soldier. My music send a message, period, whether I'm talking about money, I'm talking about life, a struggle, but basically I try to send messages to be positive and don't, you feel me, be down. My verses and me being with the hoodie boys helps them out because we all mix it up, and a lot of stuff we've been through different times in the life, but you know what I'm saying, we put it together and it just comes out, and that's hoodie boy music, man.
Trying to run big operations at a young age. I've been suspected by the police, but respected by the homies. I was the only nigga on the lonely, knowing about the hate. My name's Young Mo. We ain't scared, you know what I'm saying, to take risks at certain things and just try new things, you feel me? And it's worked, you know, people liked our songs, so that's what I think makes our music a little different, you feel me? And everybody's different in our group.
My name is Ted Pashinsky. I'm a photographer living in San Francisco. I live on Potrero Hill. I have a certain talent for capturing life in the street. I like editorial and street photography. It's documentary photography. I like documents. I like documentary work. What interests me is what people are doing, what people are thinking, and sometimes through a photograph you can get an idea of what people are thinking about. I came out to San Francisco from Pennsylvania, where I'd gone to college. I was taking pictures, but I had planned on coming out here and writing. I lost interest in it. I wasn't very good at it. And I got work as a photographer. My inspiration came from, as I said, from documentary photojournalism, from life, and from the show The Family of Man. If you want to know about this space, which is my dark room where I do all of my work, it's not the most perfect dark room in the world, but it works pretty good. This is the earliest photograph that I have. This is from an anti-war rally in probably 1966. Well, this one's pretty self-apparent. There's two Catholic school girls being checked out by two fellas walking past them. This is 30 years later, and other than the haircuts, it's pretty much the same scene. Young guys looking at young girls. There was an issue in the schools, and the Nazi Party was having a rally in San Francisco. And I was lucky enough to get the one-way sign there with these fellas. I think this is on Larkin around Ellis or Eddy. I was getting a sandwich at Saigon Sandwiches there. And I came out and walked into the seat. Yeah, the cops noticed me. They didn't bother me. Yeah. They didn't bother me at all. They were concerned with these kids. Yeah. And I don't know what had happened. I don't know why they were rousting them. And they took them away. A lot of people say that traditional photography is far better than digital photography, but like I said earlier, I used to use a typewriter, I use a computer now. I think the image is what speaks for itself more so than the medium that you're using, so I have no problem with technological advances. And nor do I think that that I'm being surpassed by anyone using digital equipment, other than the fact they may be able to get their work out there a little bit faster than me, but I'm in no race.
Yo, yo.
What's up, folks? It's hi, I'm Silvano.
And I'm Chris.
And
today we're here to talk about
Muni and, well, I guess Bart too. They both, Muni and Bart both yesterday raised their fares because yesterday was the first of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So now Muni youth fare is 75 cents where it used to be 50 cents, and adult fare went from $1.50 to $2. And then Bart, anywhere you go, it costs 25 cents more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it doesn't seem like that much money, you know, like 25 cents, is it that much? But, I mean,
when you really
if you think about it, that's 50% more. I mean, I take public transportation everywhere. My family lives in the East Bay, I work in the city, and I ride a bike. So, that extra 25 cents on Muni's fare, I'm 17, so I pay the youth fare. That extra 25 cents is too much for me. I have decided to stop taking Muni and ride my bike everywhere in the city because of that. That's too much. And I mean, okay,
I don't know about the 75 cents.
Maybe I'm broke, but there are a lot of people like me who are broke, just like that. 25 cents is a lot of money.
Yeah, but when you really think about it, for the adult, it's kind of worse.
Well, yeah, it's much worse for the adult, but I mean, for both people in this situation, it's bad.
I think it should all just be one flat fee for anybody.
Why?
Just because
that's ridiculous, dude. I mean, whatever.
Why do you say that's ridiculous?
I mean, if they lower the adult rate,
if they're gonna hire it, they should just have 75 cents plain fee for everybody.
Well, yeah, of course. No, of course I'm on board with that, but that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that would help the situation.
It's a damn good idea.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, but this guy drives a car. I don't even know what that means. I don't know if it's cheaper to drive a car.
But I used to ride a bike. I used to ride a bike a lot. I used to ride a bike all around San Francisco.
I don't know, but my question is, now with the new fare, is it still more affordable to take public transportation, or does it now not really make that much of a difference? Like, is it like, whatever, take my car, take Muni, still gonna be paying the same amount of money? Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, is it still cheaper to ride Muni?
Nah, it's not cheap at all. But I don't know. I sometimes I think about it and I think I'd rather drive my car than ride Muni.
Yeah, but I'm asking, financially speaking, would it be cheaper now for you to take your car around and pay for gas than it would to take public transportation around? Now that the fares have been raised.
No, it still wouldn't be cheaper.
Still more expensive.
It still wouldn't be cheaper.
All right,
$2 would not even give me anything to talk about. It would just give me
Okay, so public transportation is still an easy out for those of us who don't have a lot of money.
Yeah, but a lot of people just get on the back. A lot of people just skip that.
That's true. There are a lot of people, but I mean, I figure they're raising the fares, and I think there was a new security system that was proposed. Actually, they're trying to crack down on that. Like, it's not like you're going to be able to keep on getting away with that.
If you get on the T, there's security guards on there.
There's security guards all over. They've been beefing up their security for a while now, so I don't know. But anyways, we just wanted to bring you the latest in the public transportation news. I mean, a lot of people here use public transportation. A lot of people here are going to be affected by that, and so I feel like it's a very valid subject. It's a necessary point to be made.
Yeah.
It's necessary to draw attention to that fact. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys. See you next time.
Thanks for that.
Lo que los impulsa a nosotros a venir a este país, más que todo, es la necesidad, el hambre y las ganas de vivir mejor, porque uno mira a sus padres de que toda la vida han trabajado y que no tienen nada que ofrecernos a nosotros, entonces uno se siente mal y uno dice, voy a ir a Estados Unidos a trabajar duro para que mi familia viva bien. Arriesgas tu vida, arriesgas muchas cosas cuando te subes al tren. Al tren, en ese tiempo, cuando yo me venía, le decían la bestia, porque no había día de Dios de que matara a alguien. Así le decían la bestia, porque todos los días de Dios se llevaba a alguien sobre las ruedas. Eso es algo muy difícil, digamos, cuando tú te vienes tú solo con la fe en Dios, con el apoyo de Dios y vienes en el tren es muy duro, porque es camino muy largo, hace mucho frío, mucho calor, llueve y tienes que venir encima de un metal. Es muy difícil ese viaje y como te podría decir, es bien complicado. No te puedo ofrecer lo que se siente venir a hacer ese viaje. Es una situación de que tú tienes que estar bien decidido a hacerlo. Logré ver algo de que todavía lo siento. Íbamos caminando porque tuvimos un problema cuando veníamos en el tren, nos tuvimos que tirar y nos tocó caminar. Y en lo que íbamos caminando nos encontramos a dos muchachos de que estaban llorando y les preguntamos que qué les había pasado. Y ellos llorando, no podían ni hablar y solo dijeron de que su hermano se había caído del tren. Y vimos que solo había manchas de sangre en la vía del tren, en el suelo. Fue horrible ver eso porque no había nada de su hermano y el tren como que no siente nada, el tren va y muele a las personas y como que él se alimenta de eso porque ahí todos los días hay muertos y a mí me tocó ver eso. Es triste ver esos casos. Uno se pone a meditar las consecuencias del tren, las consecuencias de que uno pasa para llegar a este país. Y cuando uno llega a este país, mira el tropiezo de que nada es fácil como uno lo ve allá en nuestros países. Uno cree de que aquí en Estados Unidos solo es de venir a recoger el dinero, pero eso es pura fantasía. Aquí son 3 sacrificios que uno hace: vivir en Estados Unidos, mantener a la familia y tratar de ahorrar uno para su bienestar allá en Honduras. Los primeros meses es muy difícil. Al pasar los meses de que tú ya te estableces aquí en este país, logras conseguir un empleo o 2 empleos que estén sólidos, es cuando tú empiezas a mandar la remesa, por decir cada 15 o cada fin de mes. Es cuando ellos te empiezan a decir, tengo a mi hijo, tengo a mi hermano en Estados Unidos. Pero mientras tú no estás establecido, no puedes enviar dinero, tú no eres nada, no eres ni siquiera mencionado por ellos. Uno cree que estando aquí la vida es más fácil, por eso hace lo posible por llegar a este país, para tratar de superarse y lograr tener algo allá en Honduras.